If you've ever bought an option, you've probably experienced this. The stock doesn't move right away, but your option loses value every single day because of theta decay. So here's the question. What if you could still own that long call while reducing some of the cost of holding it? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this lesson. We're going to look at two strategies that start with buying a long call and then selling a shorter dated call against it. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand what a call calendar and call diagonal are, how they can help reduce the cost of owning a long call, how to manage the trade after you enter it, and some of the most common mistakes traders make that can turn a good trade into a bad one. If you've ever wished there was a better way to own a call option than simply buying it and waiting, this lesson will give you another way to think about it. Let's get started. Being right on direction isn't always enough. Even a perfectly timed directional call can lose money due to the structural disadvantage baked into long call positions. The problem is why buying options is hard is theta decay. Your option loses value every day, even when the stock doesn't move. You have a high cost for that option. Buying the option outright requires significant upfront capital with limited room for error. And a larger move is required. The stock must move enough to cover the premium paid before expiration. Being right on direction isn't always enough. So the solution is to let time work for you. Instead of fighting theta decay, professional traders structure positions that harvest it. The core insight, options with less time decay faster. Sell what decays fast and own what decays slow. So we're going to be buying longer dated options and selling shorter dated options to collect premium to reduce our overall cost basis. To start, let's do a quick review of what theta decay is. Theta is not linear. Theta is the decay of price on the option as time passes, and it accelerates dramatically as expiration approaches. The chart below illustrates how time value erodes across different days to expiration, or DTE as we call it. The closer to expiration, the steeper the decay of the curve becomes. Calendar spreads offer a more capital efficient way to maintain market exposure. Like any strategy, there are meaningful trade-offs to understand before entering a position. So why would you use a calendar spread? Well, one of the benefits is that it lowers your cost. Premium collected reduces your net debit. Reduced theta exposure. The short option offsets the long option's decay. Premium income. The short leg earns while you hold the long. And lower capital requirement versus just buying the actual option outright. You also still have a defined risk structure. The net debit that you pay is your maximum loss. Let's go through some of the risks. It does require active management. It's not just a set it and forget it, although it is pretty low management. Limited profit window. The price must stay closer to your short strike. It is volatility sensitive, so if the back month volatility changes, it will affect your P&L. You need patience. Theta works slowly at first. And there is a rolling obligation to this. The short leg must be managed as expiration nears. So what is a calendar spread? This may seem complicated, but stick with me. We'll get to some examples. I just want to make sure you understand the theory behind the trade first. This works best if the stock has already moved up and you still want to partake in it, but you think there's a possibility that there could be some chop for a little while. Your overall market outlook should be neutral to slightly bullish. If you're slightly bearish, it's going to hurt the trade. If you're very bearish, it's going to definitely avoid that trade. And if you're very strongly bullish, this would be a trade to avoid as well. The trade structure is that you're going to start by buying that long call. That's going to be the anchor of your position. We're then going to sell a shorter term call closer to expiration that is faster theta decay to generate premium income to reduce our cost basis. We're doing this at the exact same strike in different expirations. Let's get into one of the examples that'll be able to really hammer home what this trade is. All right, so here we are. We went back to February 2026, and I wanted to pick a equity that had a good move up and looked like it could keep moving higher, but we wanted to see how this would perform with a call calendar spread. For this example, we went with Costco. I wanted to pick a trade that had a nice big bull run and still showed some positive momentum into it and see how this calendar spread would have worked out. So if we look at our price chart, Costco had a nice big bull run up, pulled back, and now is showing some strength again. Let's get into the structure of the trade. We went out and we bought the 990 puts going 98 days to expiration. Again, we want to go longer dated on this. We want to go 90 days plus at a minimum. That way we can make sure that that theta decay doesn't affect the trade too much. And in doing so, we had to pay $57.42 for the option. That equates to $5,742.50. What we're doing then is we're going to go to a shorter dated option. We went 28 days. Again, 30 days in is going to be the fastest theta decay. And we're going to sell that option against it. For this, we're collecting $3,502.50. What this does is it changes our net debit of the trade to $2,242. If we look at how this trade would have looked without this call that we sold, you can see we would have outlaid $5,745. Selling that call against it reduces your net exposure dramatically. Now let's go to our next adjustment. So right now we are 18 days in the trade and we have 10 days to expiration. What I'm looking to do is we have reduced our exposure quite a bit on this. And now we're getting closer to expiration. Now we have to worry about assignment risk. We have a lot of other factors that are going to kick in. Gamma risk, which is going to be the change of deltas in the trade, is going to amplify. This is time to roll that call out. And I'm going to show you how we do that. We're going to be using the exact same strike. We're going to buy back this option here. And we went out 24 days and we're just going to sell it again. And watch what happens to our net exposure in this trade. We go from $2,242 down to $1,571. And we keep going. We're up some good profit now, as well as reducing our overall exposure in the trade. Our next adjustment. We're back down to that 10 days to expiration, and we're up some good profit on this trade. Let's look at what Costco's done so far. We've gone up, we've gone down, we've came back up. It hasn't really done much of anything. Very good for this particular style of trade. So again, we're going to buy back this short option, and we're going to roll this out in time. I'm going to go 31 days this time. Now look at our exposure. We've gone from $1,579 down to $250 in the trade. And now let's see what the structure looks like after we roll it. We're widening our profit tent because we're collecting more premium and we're just letting time work in our favor on this trade. This next adjustment's really cool because it's going to show you the power of selling that short against the long. So we're going to get into our next adjustment now. And watch what happens. Here's before our adjustment. And again, we're 10 days to expiration. And now we're going to roll this out. And watch, we now have a debit in the trade of $243.50. And when we take this 10 DTE option and we roll it out to 31 days to expiration, we now have locked in a profit on this trade of $984. We have now more than paid for the cost of that call. And now we're just going to keep letting time erode on this. And as time passes, we're still theta positive, and this trade is going to make more money. So we get to where we're, again, 10 days to expiration, and it's time to exit. And the reason why I say it's time to exit is because if we look at our days to expiration on our long call, we're getting within that 30-day window. Now, this is when we're going to start to see theta decay really start to erode on this call. We have made a great profit on this trade, and we have now just time to move on and find the next trade that we have to go on to. So we'll close this out and move on to our diagonals. What if a calendar spread isn't enough? What if you're more directional? A calendar spread is designed for neutral to slightly directional markets. But when you have a stronger conviction on direction, while still wanting to reduce the cost of your long, it's time to consider diagonal spreads. A call diagonal spread, we would say, is a cousin to a calendar spread. It's very similar in the trade structure, but there's also going to be very different trade-offs within this trade. Your market outlook should be moderately bullish. It could be very strongly bullish. It could be neutral. It should be anything but bearish. The way we're going to do this is we're going to buy the long strike call, still going to be our anchor in the trade, and we're going to sell a higher strike call closer to expiration to collect the premium to reduce our cost in the trade. Now let's look at our call diagonal trade using the exact same equity. As we jump back into Option Net Explorer, let's show how we would structure the call diagonal trade and how it would have performed in the exact same market environment. We're going to start with the same long call that we did buy prior at 98 days to expiration at the 990 strike. What we're doing is we're now going to the same expiration as before, but we're selling at a higher strike. And that's where the diagonal comes through, because you're actually selling on one side of the options chain and then going out further, and it's a diagonal line across them to get to where your other option is. What are the key differences on this particular trade is we are not overly neutral. This is definitely directional in nature. As the market moves up, we are going to make more money. We can take a quick look at what the calendar would have looked like. Here's our calendar trade. It's very neutral. Here is our diagonal trade. It is much more bullish on the trade, on the market in general, or Costco in general. Just like the last trade, we're going to go adjustment by adjustment and see how this would have worked out. Here we are, 10 days to expiration on our short. And what we need to do here is we're going to just roll this out to the same strike, just going out further in time. And what we'll see here is our overall cost basis is $3,657. And let's watch what happens to that as we roll this out in time. We're now at a net exposure of $2,789. And what we did is we rolled this out to 31 days to expiration. And we're going to let this trade still work in our favor. What has Costco done so far? Not really much of anything. We've went up, we've chopped back down, and the market has stayed very neutral. Now, our next adjustment. Again, we are 10 days to expiration. We do not want to go too close to expiration. We want to avoid assignment, gamma risk, all that stuff that comes with it. So make the nice simple trade, and we're going to roll this out again in time and watch what happens to our net exposure in the trade. We're down to $1,738 in the trade. We're rolling out to 31 days, and we still have 59 days on our long for this trade to work in our favor. We're up a nice profit on here. And as we're doing this, we're creating income for us while making sure that that long call is being paid for. Here we are again, 10 days to expiration. Same exact thing. We're just going to keep rolling out more in time. So what happens here we're going to be buying back that short that we bought or short that we sold, and we're going to be rolling that out to 31 days. Now, our net exposure is $603 in this trade. So here we are, we're getting to, again, inside that 30-day window. And we want to make sure that this long doesn't start to decay more than the short. And this trade has actually worked out pretty well in our favor. So what have we done? We have now reduced our net exposure over the trade to $603. The market has, or Costco has really not moved at all. And we're going to just exit this trade and move on to the next one. We have created good income for ourselves, and we weren't overly right on the direction of the call. We started out, and Costco was actually at $998, and we're exiting when it's at $989 for a profit. So you might be asking yourself, what happened if I just bought the call? So let's show you exactly how this trade would have worked out if you just bought the outright call. We went out to 98 days and we bought our 990 call. By the time of exit, this trade would have been down 62% and you would have lost $3,574. Let's review the 3 most common mistakes to avoid when initiating call calendar and call diagonal trades. The first one is buying too short term. A long option with fewer than 90 days to expiration decays too fast to support this strategy. I would even suggest going longer out in time. This is meant for you to have a macro long bias on this trade, and you're looking to cover that cost by selling consistent premium against it. Another mistake is not rolling the short. Letting the short option expire instead of rolling it leaves you open to greater assignment risk. And the last one is selling too close to expiration. The short option sold too near to expiration exposes you to gamma risk. Keep the short 21 DTE plus at entry. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this lesson, it's this. Buying a call is only one way to express a bullish opinion. The real edge isn't just predicting where a stock is going. It's knowing how to structure the trade once you have that opinion. Sometimes a simple long call is the right choice. Other times, adding a short call against that position can reduce your cost, change your risk profile, and make the trade work more efficiently. The key is understanding why you're choosing one structure over another. As you start looking at bullish opportunities, don't stop at asking, should I buy a call? Instead, ask yourself, is there a better way to structure this trade? Because that question experienced options traders ask before they ever place an order. Thanks for watching.
Now, if you'd like to learn 3 more option strategies that our pro traders use, including the unique options trick that allows you to make money while you wait to buy stocks or ETFs at the price you want, and the options income strategy that allows you to make consistent money whether the market goes up or down or sideways, and how to make money on a stock or index trade even if you're wrong on the direction, then click the link that's appearing right now at the top right-hand corner of your screen. That will open up the free workshop registration page in a new window. So don't worry, you won't lose this video. Or you can register directly for free at optionsclass.com.